Okay. So I'm going up. I'm going back up there just to make sure I didn't miss anything. Because I still don't know exactly what I'm doing. But man, am I getting a lot done for not knowing what I'm doing. But yeah, I imagine that leaning over like that would not the segue. The segue method of locomotion, I do not believe would work very well with the, because I mean his feet is like pretty much that's all he's got. That's all supporting him. Ooh, I can go places. Yeah, so I think if you didn't like stay right on like straight up and down with your feet, then you would haha. I got up here.
Great Minotaur!
I love the expletives in this game.
How did you gain entry to our throne room without the guards escorting you, human?
I flew.
You what?
I hunted for that magical item you told me about, and as you can see, I found it.
They
Or
work
them,
quite
as it
well.
turned out.
But I never...
And you did grant me freedom to wander the city, didn't you, your
So
lordship?
pissed.
So I thought I would call on you again to thank you for...
Of course I granted you the privilege
Your
of exploring the
hospitality.
city, human. But it's no excuse to try to pull us down to your level by boasting that now humans can fly as well.
Yeah, that is actually pretty bitchy.
But that's not fair. Humans aren't supposed to fly.
Where did she get the accent
We are.
from?
Papa, why can this silly human fly?
Celeste, dear, this man is father to the King of the Isle of the Crown. The same man that saved you from the Minotaur.
I could have gotten out of there on my own.
Silence, Celeste!
Like, they both have American accents, and she's
Think
got,
no further,
like,
we
a
had a deal.
How dare you speak to me like that?
Anglophone one.
Azure, dear,
Your Highness, if I weren't in such a need for visiting your city, I would step down right away. But I must plead, in the name of my son, your king, to please keep your word and let me wander this city, as it may hold some answers for restoring the king's health.
I mean, I was anyway,
dear,
but
you did offer that, and you are a man of honor.
he is.
Agreed. You may travel this city, but I shall not be held responsible for the humiliations you will probably suffer at the hands of our people. And you will leave immediately after you are done with your task. Understood?
Thoroughly.
But Papa...
How many times do I have to tell you not to interfere with your father's affairs?
She's like 12. Doesn't
I
she look
apologize for any troubles.
Oh, well, now we can have some nice civil conversation, because I love talking with them.
My visit with the druids went over fairly well.
He's so happy.
Did it?
So cute.
Yes,
And I have you to thank for it.
It's so cute.
of course you have.
You let me see the oracle. She told me to go to the Isle of the Mists.
He should have stayed there.
Celeste, please.
The archdruid gave me the ingredients to a spell that should help me save my children. With luck, I should be able to get to the bottom of what's going on and put a stop to it.
Perhaps this chaos is affecting more than just the other isles.
Perhaps. Azure, we felt that storm just as strongly as anyone on the Isles would.
She's like death glaring at
We're
him.
not out of reach of whatever forces are wreaking havoc at this time. If you
Their
are
wings
on
are
a quest to
intersecting.
stop this chaos, then I wish you the best of luck, Graham. At one time I thought I lost my child, but I got her back.
And for some reason, that's a good
Hopefully
thing.
you will get your children back as well.
What can you tell me about your city?
It's beautiful, is it not?
Smart.
Just as magnificent as it was in my father's day, if not better.
Oh god, what was with the eyes?
I've never seen or even heard of a place like it.
No surprises. Humans barely have access to such magnificent places. You should feel grateful I gave you permission to wander our city.
I am. I must say, however, I've seen plenty of human places as magnificent as this one.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
Oh jeez. Oh, there's a wall? I don't remember seeing a wall.
You have a crowded main street.
The Artist Boulevard is the pride of our city. There, artisans of all manner gather to perform their work, sell their goods, and meet their friends. At one end of the street is the amphitheater, another of our great artistic accomplishments.
Amphitheater, Coliseum.
Yes. In fact, there will be another play very soon. Othello.
Oh, that one's terrible.
Ah, Othello.
Don't go.
One of Valenice's favorites. If it wasn't because of the tragedy, I could attend with my lovely wife, with your due permission, of course.
Well, you just
A
each wear
human
one shoe?
At our theatre.
Do not take such liberties.
Did you come from the
granted.
90s, woman?
Or do I need to remind you of our deal? Once your businesses are over here, you shall leave, to never come back again.
Understood, my lord.
I don't even understand. Like, it's one thing to just be like, oh, by the way, we're better than you, but, you know, obviously. But he's so hostile. Like, I don't understand exactly why he's so mean about it. I'm not sure. I mean, I haven't played King's Quest VI recently, but I thought the attitude was just more of a, oh, you humans are so cute with your walking around on the ground thing. Ah, if only you could be like us, your lives would be so much better. But you can't. Poor little things. Like, I thought it was just more that, you know, we're better than you, we're more advanced than you. Not a, I hate your stupid face kind of relationship.
I've heard several stories about your people. What are they really like?
They're
Bitches.
beautiful, intelligent, and gifted. Much more so than any human.
As my daughter's response would have you know, Graham, we are an accomplished and proud race, and hold ourselves to high standards, as high as this isle itself. Even the meekest members of our race have a great deal of pride. Much justified, of course.
What about the island itself?
It is a place where we focus ourselves on the highest pursuits of the mind. Through study, debate, and artistry, we constantly seek to improve and expand our knowledge.
Okay, so what is this wall?
I couldn't help but notice the enormous wall beyond the city. What is it?
The Wall of Omnipotence dates back even before our people, and we have long studied it to try to determine if it is a natural occurrence or if it was built, and by whom. It is impossible to fly to the top of the wall due to its great height and the wild winds clashing and crossing around it. It is one of our greatest challenges.
That's what I want to call the
There
winds,
is
I
an
guess.
old tale, however,
Of course there is.
claiming that if one were able to tame the winds, he or she would be able to fly to the top and there find the fabled golden tree.
Oh, is that the richest fruit in the
That's
land?
silly. I tried many times, and I couldn't find a way.
And if
I'm
I
sure
couldn't...
you tried as hard as when you tried to escape the catacombs.
By the time that human arrived, I freed myself already.
Yes, dear.
I love how they don't even give her any credence for it.
A golden tree?
It is a tree made entirely of gold. Even the fruit is said to be the purest of solid gold.
I'm sure many have pursued it. It could mean the richness of anyone.
That is, of course, only if the tree exists, but I highly doubt that. If my people haven't been able to find it, no one could.
See, that sounds
And you
normal.
mentioned something about taming the winds?
If you are so interested in our culture and myths, I would advise you to use the time that you have here to pursue some of this knowledge, and stop wasting our time with your questions.
I only considered that you could have enlightened me in such matters, since your highness is such a wise man.
And I am. But one thing I am not is a human lecturer.
Jeez.
Well, I must be on my way to continue the search for the ingredients to the spell.
Do not forget, the faster you leave this city, the better.
Drinking game. Every time we have a close-up of his angry face, take a shot. Or sip of an energy drink. Whatever floats your boat. Okay. So that's the wall. Okay. I'm guessing we probably can't visit any of these little houses. That was probably the only one we could reach. So we need a harp, a lute, a horn, and a drum. Wasn't the dude in the painting playing a horn? Could I just take the horn? You'd never notice. Let me just make sure. There's nothing to do down here. that painter guy were friends with me, I could just, like, paint a new one and then he'd never notice. But this painter guy's a douche. Aren't you a douche face?
I'd better not waste... I'd better not...
See? You're a douche. And that's terrible.
Graham, the winged ones are looking... Graham.
Okay. Yeah, there doesn't appear to be anything going on here. I still like the idea of giving Rotten Tomato a title, some land, and just gold. I think it's a better idea. I don't know what to do with Rotten Tomato and Stick in the Mud, though. Okay. I need wood, because I'm gonna have to give something to those termites, as much as it pains me to admit it. Oh god, it's gonna be an animation and everything, probably. It's gonna be horrible. Everything's gonna be horrible. Oh. But I'll be fine. Because I am a mature, responsible adult. Okay. So, I still want to go back to the Isle of the Crown. Because we didn't get very far before. Not that my inventory is going to help me at all on that. I don't think I looked at the shoes. I'm gonna look at the shoes. The magical charged up shoes.
Graham didn't think he'd ever be flying again. Maybe there is a second time for everything.
Again? I mean, I guess he was grabbed by a condor. He flew on a magic carpet. Oh! When he actually flew himself with the fairy powder dust magics. That was a thing he did. Okay. I'm good. I'm good now. Right. Hassan, you are here, right? Let me up. Don't talk to me, let me up.
What's your experience with the
Let's
winged
talk.
ones, Hassan?
I've had no experience with them whatsoever, sire. I never docked here until recently, and they never come down to the beach now.
Truly, you've never...
Well, it ain't like they need my help getting to... My place is the sea, there's the sky. Sire, those two don't go together. And I don't like what I've heard about their attitude towards humans.
I've heard they're arrogant at best myself. But I can only hope they'll help their own king in this hour of need.
Wouldn't make it the first time they ignored the well-being of the other isles if they didn't, sire. Still, best of luck. You might want to change your hat, though.
What? It's my adventurer's cap.
It's a great hat.
I've worn it this whole time.
It's pretty stupid looking.
It's a great
What?
hat, Hassan.
Ready to sail?
Let's get out of here. What, do the winged ones have a thing against stupid-looking hats? That's terrible. Maybe I could replace the horn with a flute. And then I'd have a horn. And he'd never know the difference. I just have to assume that the beast isn't a very smart guy. That's pretty much what all of my plans are relying on. Oh, I still need a I wonder... I don't still have that used magic carpet, do I? Because if it were only slightly used, I may be able to use it to get up to that balcony. But it's just that it's got like a handle there, so I really feel... Nah, don't have it. Darn. I need some piece of wood, and to never speak to you again. Never speak. Okay. Are you up to anything this chapter? Jerkface.
The blacksmith...
Fine. Are you up to anything this chapter?
The widow doesn't... Grim had... Or
Yeah.
weak. Or... And keep an eye...
Alright, yeah, I know. We didn't, really endear ourselves to you last chapter. Or earlier this chapter, I don't know. At least we dealt with you. We dealt with you. Dealt with you. Nothing much is going on. You're all excited because the fountain's going backwards. Let's get out of here. Don't you dare start talking. No. Okay. Oh, I could go in there. Maybe. Man, I would be weirded out if, like, I had kids, and then all of a sudden I was, like, pregnant again. Like, can you imagine? Like, you're just feeding these babies, and then they're, like, back in eggs. I'm talking about Sing Sing, by the way. That didn't just come out of nowhere. Like, that would just be so weird. I mean, like, cause, like, time is going forward. Like, people aren't de-aging or anything, or forgetting stuff, right? Oh, right. What's this? Is this new?
This one doesn't have any incredible tag attached to it.
What is it?
Better to ask the owner.
Fine. You. What is it?
Greetings, good merchant.
Was that a loot in the corner?
Graham, nice to see you around.
What was that thing?
How much would you charge me for that wood piece?
Oh, it's just
That's
wood.
actually something I wanted to get rid of.
Oh.
A carpenter left it in my possession a few years ago, intending to return for it. However, he died before he could reclaim the wood, and his family has no desire for it. I have no desire for it either. You may take it.
Well, that would clearly fit in my
That will help
pocket.
me out immensely. Thank you, good merchant.
We
It
already
has
talked
been a
about
nice
those things.
chat, but I had better return to my children.
Feel free to stop by and trade stories anytime.
You already traded all the stories, just not in this continuity. Okay, I see. It's a block of wood. Yeah, that'll just fit in right, pockets. Right there. Yeah. That is a lute, good sir.
This odd stringed instrument vaguely resembles a lute, but Graham has no idea how to play it.
It's a lute. I want it. Ken
You
has?
have no... You'll just embarrass yourself.
It doesn't matter.
The wandering minstrel life simply isn't for you. Stick to being a king. It's what you're good at.
Maybe you could get some lessons from, Frankie of Avalon. But I want... There's a lute. It's right there. Can we...
Greetings, good merchant.
Can I has it? Oh my god. It's right there.
It has been a nice
Feel free.
I don't know. Is it not good enough that it only vaguely resembles a lute as opposed to being a lute? Because it's right... It's just... It looks so painted onto the background, you know? Like... I don't know. What do I want termites to carve things into? Like, unless they can carve it into a harp, a drum, and a lute, and a horn. But okay, I've got a giant block of wood now in my pants. I don't even... Never mind. Let's not go there. So that's better than not having... Moving on. The music here changed, I think. Because now it's the Aragon again, and I still like the music because it's pretty. Okay. Okay. And there's glue in here. I don't know what I need glue for. But presumably there's still glue. Didn't use it last chapter. Presumably we'll use it this chapter. Yeah, I don't think Amy ever gets to say, that won't fit in Graham's pockets again. Not after a block of wood. That is literally larger than Graham is.
That looks like mucilage.
Which means glue.
You could just say glue.
Fine. Glue.
Glue. Yeah, I just don't see anything we need to glue together. Glue. Baton looks like it has a hole in it, but I guess it's a ruby or something. Yeah, I just don't see anything. Actually, I guess because Pan's already traded, so he already has a flute. So what we'd have to do is we'd have to find Frankie of Avalon and then trade him the lute for a flute. That's what we'd have to do. Oh no, wait, we already took his lute. Now he's got Shakespeare. Well, crap, where did the lute go? No. Pan was playing a flute and we gave him a lute. To get the flute, which we used on the snake. So no, I was right the first time. He has the lute. So we would have to give him the flute. Hi, have we talked to you this chapter?
Graham doesn't have an...
Guess we haven't, but doesn't really matter. This is pretty music. It's loud, but it's pretty. I don't know if we're supposed to know what we're supposed to make the termites eat that into. But I cannot think of anything. I don't know.
Unless there's a... Unless...
Yeah.
Unless...
Okay. No reason for a mockingbird, or a nightingale. Darn it, a mechanical nightingale. It can start with an M if I want it to. No reason for a mechanical nightingale, a rabbit's foot, or a paintbrush, but possible reason for tinderbox and flute. I don't think I went to the gardens this chapter. So I should do that. In case anything's changed. No. There's still a loot in the pawn shop. Maybe we get them to eat a drum out of it somehow. That doesn't make any sense. Because you need, like, a membrane. Something to hold it together. Whoa. More new music. Whoa! Hey! Hey! Hey, Pan! Oh, you're right, you were at the wedding! Wait, where are you? Hey! Dude, do you want your flute back? Cause, you know, I mean, I guess it's not a pan flute. Where the hell are you? Oh. I was totally kidding. I was so totally kidding. Where are you? So I guess that's where the music's coming from. Should I check up on the balcony? I thought he was sitting on a bench. Where is he? I was totally kidding. Alright, he totally was at the wedding. Yo, dude! What's up?
Relaxing to the music?
Hello there!
Ah!
Yeah, one's gotta do what one can. One can't let these tragic events take hold of oneself.
Very beautiful melody. What is it?
Something to remind one of home.
Ah, home.
Graham would rather not.
Okay, do you want a flute back? Because...
Rosella told me the story of how you traded her your flute for the lute you are playing now. I was wondering, Pan, how would you like to go back to playing the flute again, huh?
I must admit one has been having difficulty tuning one's lute lately. It would be nice to play the flute once more.
How does one
I may
tune a
need that
lute?
lute to help Rosella. I will give you this flute in exchange for it.
Destiny works in a very funny way. Rosella gave oneself this lute during her adventure in Tamir. Now it is needed to save her. One would be most glad to do that.
Thank you, fair Pan.
I don't know how you play a flute, but his fingers are at least sort of moving to the music, and I think that's impressive. Okay. Well, that was pretty fantastic, not gonna lie. Okay, so we've got a lute. So, I'm hoping that that chick with the harp counts. So we just need a drum and a horn. I guess we can't replace the horn with the flute. Hope no one notices. What if we replace the horn with a baton? Because I didn't notice. Oh, hi! Graham. Hey. No double clicking. The double clicking is not working in my favor. It's only faster if you don't have to do it 12 times. This video is getting a little long, so I think I'll cut it off here and then head back to the Isle of the Beast to, you know, check out some termites some more. This will be great. See you guys then.